State your name.
My name is Judy Booty. Judith Faustima.
Okay, where are you from?
I'm from originally Jersey.
Jersey?
Yeah, I'm Jersey girl.
New York, what's up?
Dirty Jersey. Okay.
That's what's up. So you grew up on what kind of music?
I grew up on all type of music. I was on hip hop, alternative rock, R&B, rap, all that stuff in the city. Yeah.
Like, who was one of your favorite artists growing up?
One of my favorite artists growing up probably was Michael Jackson. Growing up, yeah.
Okay.
Michael Jackson.
What about as far as hip hop?
Hip
being
hop.
from Jersey, East Coast, like.
Jay-Z.
Yeah.
J.O.
Are you still a fan?
Yeah. A little bit, but his throwbacks are good. I still listen to that, so.
The throwbacks.
Yeah.
Right. What do you feel about the state of hip hop today?
State of hip hop today.
What it's turned
Personally,
into?
I don't, like, to be honest with you, I don't even know all the hip hop songs that are out. Like, I don't never know, like, Usher's new song or anything because the music is so different now. Like, in the 80s, the 90s, the music had more meaning. To me, it had more meaning. Whether I was in the world or not, it still had more meaning because at least it had some positive songs to it.
What do you mean by, well, a lot of people don't know. What do you mean by in the world?
In the world meaning, like, before I was a Christian, before I got saved, and I was listening to hip hop, the songs had more meaning to it, like positive meaning to it.
Right.
But now it's not.
Okay. Try and look here.
Okay.
And how long have you been a Christian?
I've been a Christian for over a year now.
Really?
Yeah.
And would you say you grew up in church?
No.
No,
Did not know who Christ was, nothing. Got saved over a year ago.
How long have you been in Vegas?
I've been in Vegas for about 2 years.
Awesome. And why did you move here?
When I was in college, freshman year, my mom moved from New York to Vegas.
That's cool. And as far as, like, in your mind, when you moved here, you weren't Christian.
No.
And you were moving to Sin City. What were your first thoughts?
My first thoughts were, ooh, Sin City. You know, just gonna see how it was. And I did. And personally, my life, when I was back in college, it was moving from one Sin City to another. So it was nothing really anything new. Same thing, different place.
I feel you. So tell me a little bit about who you were before.
Who was I before? Okay, so I was lost. You know, I was still very friendly, very outgoing, but in that I was hanging around the wrong crowds. I partied a lot, especially in college. High school was okay. Even though I wasn't a Christian then, high school was okay. I hung out with the right crowds and, you know, I stayed out of trouble. When I partied, I didn't drink. I didn't do drugs. I just loved to dance. So that's how high school was for me. But when I hit about college, second semester, I joined a sorority. And life plummeted right from there. So I started partying a lot. Started getting into some rough things, and I always suffered from depression, so it got worse in college, and it was really bad. But that was who I was.
As far as depression, like, can you give me just a brief example of feeling at your lowest? What was that like? Well,
my lowest would probably been I landed in a mental hospital for some time. Which is very embarrassing. It's not embarrassing for me now because God took me out of it, but I was on medication. I was in a mental institution, and it was really bad. Like I suffered from severe depression, suicidal attempts, and self-inflicted tendencies. And after that, you know, I hit rock bottom. Like, it was really bad. I saw no way out until I came to Vegas, and I looked up the first church, which is Oasis, church I'm in right now, and from that moment in time, the Lord started working in me. I started knowing who Jesus Christ was, and He started saving me.
So nobody ever told you about Jesus till you moved to Las Vegas?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When in college, I went to Bible study.
Really?
Yeah, I went to Bible study in college.
So you were curious?
Yeah, I was curious, but the people that I'm not trying to make excuses, but the people that were in the Bible study that were leading it, they didn't really tell me about Jesus' love. They told me about rules, laws, what the Bible says, why you must have faith, and that's it. But they didn't explain to me Jesus Christ and the real meaning of it, and love, and how he takes care of you, and he loves you, and he knits you together in your mother's room. He has a purpose. You know, all the things that actually mean more than anything else that they were trying to tell me. So when I was going there, I just didn't see it. I denied it. I was like, man, I don't want other rules. I have enough problems in my life, you know, to deal with that. So I denied it, and from denying it, you know, that's when I went into the world a lot harder. And then when I came to Oasis, I saw Jesus' love, and that was it. Like, I was like, oh, so this is what it's about.
Yeah.
But by being in Bible study in college, it allowed me to go back to God when I hit rock bottom.
It planted a seed for you?
It planted a seed. It was very tiny, but God does amazing things.
That's what's up.